Hey, how you going, random stranger? I hope you're settled in comfortably and have a hot chocolate or whatever other stiff drink will get you through another few chapters of Houseki no Kuni. It is holiday season now, so things are probably pretty crazy for a lot of you. And what better way to escape the crazy than to jump into another sort of crazy that is Land of the Lustrous. Before we do that, a couple of interesting things to throw out there. Apparently, according to some of you, I am going to get mad at this manga at some future point in time. As a general rule, I try not to get mad at anything because, life is short and most things that people get mad at usually end up being small fry in the large scheme of things. But you know what? I actually wouldn't bet money against you guys on that because just given the nature of Hoseki no Kuni and how I reacted to the anime. But yeah, I guess we'll see. There was also a great comment from Britain Stanaland on one of the older reactions to the anime recently, which pointed out something that I'd missed. So basically, they wrote that the gems' personalities are kind of based on what they're made out of. So the example that they gave clearly were our pair of diamonds. Dia, a white diamond, which is most associated with, romantic love and weddings, is an incurable romantic, of course, while Bort, which is actually an industrial grey diamond commonly used for diamond tipped drills and saws, is the one with the very abrasive and harsh personality. Yeah, so thank you for that. I just thought that was so cool because it made me appreciate more how Hoseki no Kuni kind of turns all of us into, I guess, armchair gemology experts. Okay, one other thing. I've sort of been thinking about the way that chapters 1 to 3 sets up a really interesting juxtaposition between light and darkness. So, the use of light and darkness is, a motif to convey tensions between good and evil or truth and untruth, and it's a literary device as old as time. But I have to say that the way that Ichikawa is using it in Hoseki no Kuni is sort of very different. So the gems, they carry inclusions in their bodies, and these inclusions are the reason for their immortality, but they need light to function. So very ironically, light is almost always used to evoke the truth. And as we know, most, if not all, of the gems are living in an ignorance about their true origins and maybe even their true purpose. So while physically they're sustained by light, metaphorically, all of them except Sensei are in the dark. At the same time, the gem with probably the most suspicions and questions about the meaning of their existence, at least at this very early stage, other than Phos, is Cinnabar, whom, as Rutil said in chapter 2, is being caged by the night or by darkness. Again, very ironically, it's the gem with the most reason to question the way that things are that is the one that is confined to the darkness. Okay, looking ahead to the next few chapters, I'm intrigued by their names. So first of all, there is chapter 4, Cochlea, which I'd assumed was the name of another type of gem that had nothing really to do with the ear, because, as we all know, there's a gem called watermelon. But after a quick Google search, it apparently refers to the tiny crystals or rocks in our inner ears that help us balance. So I'm very, very excited to meet this one. There is also a chapter or subchapter called Land of the Late Night Gaming, which kind of makes me imagine all of the gems getting together to play like Dungeons and Dragons, like D&D. Let's say that is what it is. I think Rutil would be Dungeon Master, just because they're kind of a neutral actor. They know the other gems pretty well, being the one who has to put them back together all the time. But they're also pretty brutal if the need calls for it. So yeah, definitely would pick Rutil as the DM. Okay, a little reminder that this is a read along and there will be page numbers on either side of the screen to signpost where we're off to. Alright, if you're good to go, then I am as well. Let's jump into this. So chapter 4, Cochlea. And we've got Jade being a booba and being good grief. With Euclase, I think. I just don't know what to do with that Phos. The idiot's not even carrying Sensei's clipboard around anymore. That all-important clipboard. I wasn't thinking when I mentioned Jaya. I hope that Dolt's not causing too much trouble. Dolt, again. It's a very aged saying. Hopefully we can at least have some peace while Sensei is resting. No. So, between you and me, Euclides, waking up Sensei... Oh, this is the traumatic flashback. Sensei, Sensei? Is harder than fighting the Lunarians. Yeah. Poor Jade. They've been through the ringer. Oh yes, that's their arm breaking off. Now, don't worry so much. Even Phos doesn't cause problems every day. That's when you speak too soon. Happens all the time. Oh, there's that giant shellfish. I love seafood, and that is making me hungry. Okay. Wham! Jade, eek! Look up. Is that Phos? No. Or Dyer? Oh, I love that angle, just like looking right up the school. When did they... But that's... And there's Bort with their very intimidating sort of... I don't know what shape you'd describe that as. Oh, Bort's here. Everything's fine. Nothing to see. Go back to what you're doing before. Then there's nothing for any of us to do here. Jade! Sorry. Phos! What? Toss. I'm sorry. So Daya is always tossing Phos around. That's interesting. You again. It's not my fault. Phos always just seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. Zhush. Okay, so that's Bort heaving themselves up there. And Jaya following along, but Bort is like, get down. But I can help, and they can. God, Bort, just let them do something. Okay, so the arrow is coming for Bort. Again, that music, tung, 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 tung. The meditative bell music. Oh, that shot where Bort is sort of spread across the top and then Daya's just watching on helplessly. I really like how that's sort of composed. Just Bort being the domineering, condescending gem that they are. Okay, wait, which page was I at? Yeah. No, you can't. As they slice through the Lunarian. Yeah, I know, but it's complicated with those two. Yeah, the relationship status complicated. Very, very, very complicated. I told you not to bother them. As if Phos like added any complexity to that. Like they didn't need any help and they were already really complicated to begin with. Well, did you talk to Daya? Are you making any progress on your natural history? Oh, it's the scholar. Perfect timing. What? Is that Phos with the chin? See this? I'd like you to investigate it. It kind of feels like they're just pairing Phos off to do these, what they think are useless tasks, just so that they'll get out of the way. Oh, I forgot. I'm busy. But it's still here after the Lunarians disintegrated. That means it must not be from a moon. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not from the moon because it wasn't. It could be a great discovery. Excellent. I'll let you make that discovery, Yuke. Phos just, again, I think, yeah, I do see Phos's sort of, what would you call it? Just not willing to move and not willing to go outside of the comfort zone or make any sort of extra additional effort, but also expecting things to change for them. I can see how that could sort of be annoying in a bratty kind of way. So I'm like, Oh no, I couldn't. It's all yours, Lise. It's more than I could bear. Just doing that Asian thing of, oh no, you first. No, 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 you can take it. Listen, you're going to take this seriously and you're not going to take shortcuts, Jade. Huh? Let us know when you're done. Are you serious? No. Really, I don't have time for this. I have a pressing matter that must be solved as soon as possible. Tsunoba. Here comes the snail. This scene was pretty terrifying and gross. And Phos just staring up at it. Oh, Phos being sucked in. Gosh. And disintegrated. That's some strong snail acid. I wonder how this is illustrated. It's hot in here. Bort and Di are concerned about their child. I can't move. And you're kidding me. This is one thing that Jade and Euclid did not need. They have so much paperwork to get through. That's Dia? No, that's Euclid. So tries to whack it with the katana, which completely melts away. It broke. No, it melted. Yeah. So similar, I guess, to sort of what Cinnabar's mercury does to the gems. Splat. Jade, your foot. It's melting. Oh my goodness. And Phos is just slowly sinking away into oblivion. Somebody help me. Ah. Okay, so, but somehow they're still keeping their consciousness as they are slowly melting away. So it takes a lot more than that to sort of, I mean, they aren't immortal. Okay, Bort just being like, I have to save the day again. Dia is actually legitimately concerned. Always loved Dia. Okay, so Phos reaching for the stars. And just gone. She's gone. Hey, Slag, where are you? I'm talking to you. You could at least... I do... Okay, so the fact that Bort has a affectionate, if slightly mean, nickname for Phos is something. Answer me. Oh, Bort's hair. Yeah. It melted. Bort. That's absurd. And Bort is super mad now because they're like, nothing in this world can touch me. What is it? Heat? Acid? Is this a new weapon designed to melt us and take us back to their moon? And of course it had to capture that fragile idiot of all gems. This has never happened before. Do you think we can still come back after melting? Right, okay, so they know that Cinnabar's mercury, they lose their memories because of that, so this is something new and they have no idea if melting is just something similar or completely different. Okay. Hey, Slag! What's going on in there? If you're just waiting for some good luck, you'll be happier melting into nothing. Brutal. Just brutal as always, but I want to believe that there's some modicum of care underlying all the meanness. No, help me. Without me, Cinnabar will never be able to. And this is their last thought as they melt away. Yeah, they're gone. It's the melting into the shell, it looks like. That's what that star kind of shape is. Oh. What? Is that the linear? Hang on, no. No reaction, huh? For crying out loud. Must you make everything so difficult? Bort! Over there! Oh, the knocking on the shell, okay. Knock, knock. See? It's Phos. Dia just hanging upside down, just chilling up there. I think Phos has found something. Knock. Oh, that's the end of chapter 4. Okay. Wait, so Cochlea is... Huh? I'm confused. So it's not a new gem, it's... Okay, I'm sure someone can explain it to me in the comments, maybe. Hopefully. Metamorphosis. Okay, so maybe these last 2 chapters in Volume 1 aren't gem names. They're kind of just pointing to something deeper. Metamorphosis. Okay. Well, very physically, Phos has clearly just metamorphosized into something else. Phos? I love that angle, just watching the 2 diamonds hang from that cracked pillar, just looking down at the Linnarian shell. Or the non-Linnarian shell. Are you in there? Knock, 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 knock. Okay, so they're conscious enough to be able to be like, please get me out of here. And I know who I am. I'm just in a very different physical form than what I was 2 seconds ago. That panel on the bottom right of Bort's face and Daya just looking down is really cool. I really like that for some reason. Bort's messed up hair. Oh, so they both attack at the same time. That's great. Teamwork. Stay back! But no, Daya does not stay back. Daya knows that they can help. They just need the chance to do it. Is that Daya's arm breaking off? No, okay, so the slime's just gushing out. Kill. Is that the snail's sound of pain? What? Shock. Is it just going into the salt water? Oh. But again, not impressed. Now they're covered in snail slime. I've got to take another shower. Okay, so I missed if it slunk into the water of its own volition. Let's see. So after getting struck by the diamonds, it kind of falls back. Okay, and falls into the water. Okay. That was easy. It was just a giant slug all along. It's shrinking in the salt water. We could have figured that out if we'd had a second to think. If that idiot hadn't gotten captured right away, we wouldn't have wasted so much time and energy. And my hair wouldn't be ruined and I wouldn't have to fix it. Go to the salon. But we did find out its weak spot thanks to Phos. I think that deserves a little praise. They are really just like, I don't know, just parents at loggerheads all the time. You expect me to praise that imbecile. How many synonyms of idiot can Bort come up with, I wonder? I'm going to grind that numbskull into powder. Jade, Euclides, let's go pick up the pieces of that piece of slag. So it feels like Bort is also the one that gives out the orders as well, just by virtue of being the strongest and the hardest. Even though Jade is sort of like, you know, the leader. Any signs? No. It's no use. The shell is empty. So they're looking for Phos in the water. Splash. Did you find Phos? No. Not even a shard. No. How much trouble can one idiot cause? Bad. Dire. just like telling off her dog for, you know, peeing on the carpet or something. Phos managed to knock on the shell, so there must be something left to find. That thing isn't big enough to have a whole gem inside it anymore. Yeah, Phos. Dia cares so much. Where did you go? Phos. This is I can almost see the cogs in Dia's brain just turning and looking down at the slug. Phos? Cute. Oh, okay, so that's that cute noise that the snail makes. Yeah, okay. Retail. Emergency, yes. I do feel bad for Retail because they seem to be like the only medical personnel in the whole entire place. Yes, I'm coming. They're just always exhausted all the time. Someone was playing around and fell in the pond, right? I'm betting it was Phos. Yes, you're right, Retail, but also no. See, that slug does not look cute even here, and it wasn't cute in the anime, not to me. I'm sorry. If any gem can fix you, it's Retail. You're okay now. Phos, hang in there. Port's face. Just, she can't. She just can't. That's the diamond family for you. Even your jokes are cutting. Nice. It's true. Phos definitely was sucked into the huge snail the Lunarians dropped on us. But this is all we found inside it. There was nothing in the husk. Just a husk of a mollusk, eh? Your jokes are genuinely unfunny. It's a status report. Again, siblings. Well, anyway, shall we dissect it? Wait! Retail, the excitement in their eyes and that evil gleam. Well, that body is soft and flabby. I can see why you'd be concerned. But if this is Phos, then it should work out fine. Because they're immortal, I can slice and dice you up as much as I want. But animals can't go back together if you cut them into pieces, right? And you're even scarier than usual, Retail. Retail. I think Retail is one of the of my top favorites. I think just because they're so cutting and brutal, but they do care. I want to believe on some level. Like their pursuit of science and just the greater good is admirable, I think. Plus, animals rot when they fall apart. Sensei told me that they're made to replace their components to adapt to the atmosphere, and the oldest parts die off. Okay, so they're talking about us, humans. Inferior life forms. Yeah, that's us. This is what the idiots become. How inconvenient. What do we do? I would like to do something before Sensei wakes up. No ethics, no submitting ethical checks or anything, just do something. Anyway, as long as no one's been taken to the moons, fine, my work here is done. What? Daya, come back when you get your arm fixed. This is partly our fault. We told Phos to investigate the shell. But they couldn't have foreseen that they would have gotten sucked in by snail acid and is now nowhere to be found. But since we don't have a solution, we might as well let the doctor deal with it. Oh, yeah. It's interesting that they're very clear about their different roles, well, maybe except for Daya. But yeah, it's just very, very delineated and rigid, it feels. Here, Daya. Phos dropped this and hid it in some papers. It's possible that it was an attempt to at least save your arm. Oh, cute. Don't worry, Phos. That little smile and the we're in this together, we're both being looked down on. You're a slug and I'm a useless diamond that can't claim the name. Okay, that's really sad. And time for a drink. I promise I'll change you back. And I'm a little worried that you turned into this because I suggested that you try making a big change. And the snail just nods. I was afraid of that. Anyway, let's go ask around. Okay, so this is where I get to see the other gems. I'm excited. For real? For real. I guess you're not really much of a joker. So, what's wrong with staying that way? I mean, it's gross. It's gross, but at least Phos is well behaved. and gross. What? Hang on. I mean, it's gross, but at least Phos is well behaved. And gross, but not causing any trouble. But still gross. I was like, why is there so many grosses in this sentence? Okay. It's slimy. Slimy! Wow, stay away. Don't drip that on me. But I really think we should find a way to reverse the transformation. Don't get so down on yourself. You can tell Phos is still healthy. This is so terrible. Imagine if you're Phos, and not that Phos is listening to all of this because they're not the slug, but yeah. What? Does that happen? Yeah. Phos made it happen. I see, so Phos is completely helpless now. How to reverse it? Phos was always helpless. Yeah, I was thinking that too. And they're not even offering any kind of alternative or way to save Phos. They're just very accepting of the situation, and yeah, okay. Just another, evolution that's not really surprising given what Phos is. Oh, man. Ooh, Phos, you really went for it. Nice. Oh my god. I feel like there's not much difference as far as presence. Hey, isn't this better? Now you don't have to worry about being taken by the Linnarians. Oh, you look better than before. This, I cannot. This is just... They're not even seeing Phos as a gem, really. It's very degemonizing, like we'd say dehumanizing if we kind of treat someone that is the same as us as very, very, very much lower than our station. So this is actually pretty dark. Oh, Phos. Which is why I so love Daya, because they never, ever take that attitude with a fellow gem. You're not very popular, are you? If you're not nice to people on a regular basis, they won't help you when you need it. It's not about niceness, though, I feel, Daya. Phos, are you listening? Oh, no, you can't eat grass. That's barbaric. You'll get your insides dirty. So this whole, fleshiness and, what happens when flesh things digest, food and the bodily functions and all that seems to be very, very ugh to the gems. Toot. Yeah. Daya. But still, they still love Phos. Sigh. Maybe you don't want any of my help. Maybe if you change that completely, you don't have to worry how anyone else sees you, or compare yourself to anyone. You don't have to be jealous or put on any kind of act. That's projecting much. Yeah, so even if you turn into a gross human-like flesh thing, maybe that's the better option. Are you happy this way? But don't go yet. Yeah, so basically to them, humans are just like no standards. But they might be happier. Let's ask around just a little longer. I'm sure there's someone out there. Flutter. That's someone who's just clinging on to Phos's encyclopedia, just waiting. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Oh gosh, it's crying. The crying tears of Mercury. Who needs you? That's the end of chapter 5. Okay, sorry guys, we've got to do another evening transition. I just had to run off to do something. And now there's a storm as well. Perfect. Okay. So we are at the end of chapter 5. That's right, Cinnabar crying. And that shape of the mountain cave that she's hiding in, that they're hiding in, is really interesting. I mean, you cannot get any more symbolic than the fact that there is, it's like a heart, there's a hole in their heart basically, or like a purpose shaped hole, if you want to put it that way. That is just a tragic panel. Okay. Oh, this is okay. This is cinema. They kind of look a little bit different. Of course, they would from the anime. So sometimes it's hard to pick them off right away. But that's cinema shoes. Chapter 6 extract. Is that okay? That's Bort peering down into the shell. Oh. Wait, do we know that gem with like the floofy hair just going everywhere? That's not Morga, is it? I just want to say a quick comment about their body shapes. It's just very I don't know, it's smooth, but it's also very sharp, like cut, like a gem would be as well. And of course, they are highly unusually thin and long-legged. Time for work. This is the very first. I remember this so clearly from the anime. The music was beautiful, the art was beautiful, and this just set the sad tone right from the start. And I was like, what did I get myself into? Time for work. Just waiting for the Lunarians. I love that we get a lot more into Cinnabar's life for all of these years. The isolation and just wanting this whole fiasco to end. There's that cliff face. I think they melted a couple of chapters ago. No matter how many times I go out on patrol, the Lunarians never come at night. They'll never need me. And by that she means no one will ever need them. Not Sensei, not the other gems, not society in general. Ugh. Why did I talk to that idiot? Why did Phos give them false hope? That's what they're saying. It's not like anything is going to come of it. Don't get your hopes up. That is the worst thing, is when you're so down and out that you're scared even to have the tiniest bit of hope. That's the light from a certain diamond. Getting ready, battle stance, using those crazy powerful powers of theirs. Squeeze. Wait, so they're holding back? Okay, I remember that they thought that this use of their powers was quite shameful. And so I felt like that panel is sort of like, oh, again, do I really have to use my powers this way again? I don't want to, but I have to. Huh? Dire. Just so casual. Diamond? Oh, Cinnabar? What are you doing here? Oh, it was dark. I fell asleep. You're too bright. It's misleading. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in your way. Poor Dire just getting yelled at by everyone, including the supposed outcast. Just go home. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. They're doing the finger. Phos is gone. Wince. I love that they actually spelt out the words wince. Cinnabar is so whipped. Phos. Huh? Where did you go? Oh no, what did I do? No. Oh, don't read my mind. We're friends. Jen's born in the same year. Help me look. Wait. Oh, so Cinnabar is the same age as Dire. Okay. No, I don't ever want to get involved with that meddler again. But on the inside. Oh man, Cinnabar. Russell. Phos. Cinnabar. Even when they don't show Cinnabar's face, like facial features, you can tell that they're just so seized up in conflict. So many mixed feelings about Phos. There you are. What a relief. Don't do that. And they're still just standing there. Like, if they really wanted to go, they would have been gone ages ago. Come over here. Come on, you can do it. Look, it's Cinnabar. I'm leaving. No, you're not. Remember Cinnabar? Oh, look at that happy face. Is this your pet? I question your taste on everything. And then there's that battle freak. I do not understand how you diamonds think. Okay, interestingly, even within the Gem Society, they sort of have, set lines between the different types of gems, and it's kind of like stereotypes, right? Like we do that all the time, humans. We have some of the stereotypes are really awful and wrong, but there's also like really fun stereotypes. Like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. Well, actually, this is Phos. Phosphorite. The gem you helped the other day, remember? Remember when you broke your wall and let someone in for the first time? See? Roll. How? No, I don't want to know. So you're saying the Lenarians brought a giant snail here. It ate 3.5. It ate 3.5. And now the idiot's turned into this. Uh-huh. How? Okay, I can't believe I'm laughing my ass off at a manga. I don't read mangas, so I don't know. Didn't really know what to expect in terms of humor or how it would flow differently to the anime, but this is funny. Arguably a little bit more funnier than the anime. You really think these things happen? Huh? Dye is so pure they'd believe anything. You hurt the snail shell before it started eating, right? Well, the Lunarians dropped it pretty hard and stomped it and opened a hole in it. You helped Daya, remember? The light bulb going off in Cinnabar's head. I was just wondering. Tough break. See ya. It's so hard to get them to even show the slightest bit of care. You mean, I know how to change them back, don't you? You don't know that. I didn't even say anything. Everyone says they think Phos should stay like this. Do you think so too? No. Wait, I thought... Oh, okay, sorry. I was going to say I thought in the anime they said yes, but next panel. Actually, I'd rather that jerk were gone for good. Oh, and that's harsher than I remember. That annoying, high-maintenance, impulsive brat. Dia's just shocked that anyone could be so mean. Has the most childish ideas you could come up with, but is too ignorant and stupid to ever accomplish anything. The little pest won't shut up or leave me alone, and insists that I go along with these ridiculous ideas without a second thought for how it might inconvenience me. I loathe that ignoramus. So many words. So many words. Cinnabar. Did Phos admit to being in love with you or something? What? Did Phos admit to being in love with you? Yeah, that's what's on the panel. Whoa. The blush. This was definitely not in the anime. What the? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna... Sorry, you can skip ahead if you want. I'm just gonna bathe in these couple of panels while the moment lasts. Okay. Where did you get that idea from you? There's just no way not to interpret it that way. Even if Dai is, the eternal optimist, there's just no way. I've always hated the way you have to turn everything to a love story. Well, that's what I'm hearing from you. And you haven't talked this much in 100 years. What is that book? Solitude, 100 Years Solitude, which I have not read. Do you love Cinnabar? Oh, you have such bad taste. You too? And who are you anyway? I can't... This snail is so lustrous. It's all coming back to me now. Huh? That's just some weird snail. Shelled creatures. Eat rocks. to repair and strengthen their shells. It's part of their natural behavior. Look, the shelled creatures around here eat the white sand from the beach, so they're white. You wouldn't know this because you're always looking up at the sky. But the ones that live in the cliff are red, like the cliff. I love that cinema is just like, if you actually, we the plebs know what we're talking about. If you, the ones high up in the hierarchy, would even deign to just look at what else is happening below you, you'd know this. Well, that's a lot of class warfare there. A bit of class hatred going on. I don't care if I never hear that annoying, inconsiderate dunce's voice again. So I feel like Bort and Cinnabar should collaborate on a dictionary or a thesaurus, really, for all the ways that they can describe Phos in the meanest of ways. I think that would be a great collaboration. The idiot can't just stay at the bottom of the pond, filling in the holes in that shell forever. They're so smart, though. I mean, I always appreciate a big brain, and Cinnabar has that. They've got the broken heart and the big brain. The useless moron is better off as a mint green shell pattern. They know what's up, yeah. You mean Phos became a part of the shell? See, you did know. And the snail's like, oh shit. If we collect all the green spots, of course we're immortal, so it has to work. Don't do it. You leave that jerk alone. Knowing full well that Daya won't listen to them, so it's safe to sort of try to give off this, standoffish vibe a little bit more. There was never any point in saving that dead weight. I feel like, what's the count now for the thesaurus? Like maybe 30 words so far? 30 different ones? It doesn't matter how many times you bring that incompetent back. Once a useless disappointment, always a useless disappointment. I wonder, just another random thought, which language has more ways to say idiot, Japanese or English? I really want to know that. Okay, there's Daya disappearing off into the distance. But so Cinnabar always waits until everyone is out of earshot to say what they really mean. Maybe I'll wait a little longer before I call the idiot a liar. And the little Phos. Oh man, this manga. Just so sweet. That's bought on stilts? What? Just looking up at the moon. Oh, okay, looking out and is seeing Daya's sparklies. Don't know. Where have you been? No face, just like total aggression. It's late. I figured it out. We can bring Phos back. Huh? Toss. I have to get everyone. Daya tossing things again. Hey. Love hearts. And Bort just doesn't know what to do in the face of love. It's with this snail, with Daya. Everybody, come help. And they're all in their sleepwear. All very tired, obviously, because they need the light. I know it's nighttime, but this is about guts. 1, 2, heave. Whoa, it's covered in goo. Pop. This will take some time. Get us more lights. Wait, so does artificial light help re-energize them? These are all the bits that were a different color. Like, not just sunlight, but, light from the fire. Don't know. Very chill. Just putting back the pieces of Phos together. I'd learned katakana before, but I can't. That says cut something. Click. Oh, click. Okay, that's English. That's cinema. Making Phos. Okay, I love all of these close-up shots of Mercury Phos. Oh man. See again, so Cinnabar is shaded in dark, except for that little light bit there. And there's Phos in the light with the snail just being like, what do I do now? And Retail. Oh. You did this to me. Boing. Stop that. I just fixed you. It's great how they're able to use the shape of the mouth to show that they're super, super mad without any other facial features. Now, here we go. We're sorry. Bow. The rehearsed apology. It's smarter than Phos. It's cuter than Phos. Oh yeah, right. You think that'll get you off the hook? Ah. What are they saying? Break. Stop. Wait. No worse for wear, I see. Thank goodness. I'm sleepy. You little... Sensei's gonna tear you to pieces. No, Sensei loves anything that's not a gem. Huh? No, it's not okay. Here we go. The extraterrestrial communication. That doesn't mean you can just eat whatever's in front of you. No, that's no excuse. I do not appreciate it. The looks of serious concern. Like I said, Phos, who are you talking to? Oh no, the outcast becomes even more of an outcast, super outcast. Huh? Extract and... Why do I feel like these chapters are becoming shorter and shorter? I just feel like I need more. Land of the Lake. Oh my goodness, is this really... I was sort of right. It's probably not D&D. Land of the Late Night Gaming. Da-dun! They're playing cards. Gambling? Oh my goodness. Wait, do I read down? Yes. Ah, no! That's Phos. Last one. Yay! Is that Daya? And Euclaids with the half head of hair, different colored. We won again! Team thick eyebrows. Total victory. Wait, I didn't notice that they had thicker eyebrows than usual. Okay. No fair having Yuke's math skills on your own team. I demand a team change. Yeah, yeah. Oh. That's Bort just awoken from a nice dream. This is stupid. Erica, Bort. But look at that sleepy head. This may be a once in 100 years chance. No, you need somebody with less luck. Yeah. This is so nice and wholesome. Like, last time I was talking about how it kind of feels like maybe nothing should change because they're just one big happy family, albeit with their own identity issues and all of that. But this is canon, right? Like playing cards and just bagging each other out and just having fun. Oh, okay, there's more. It's past lights out. Now. That's someone we can beat. Now we stand a chance. What's with you, gents? So who's Phos playing with? I didn't actually recognize them. Is that Morga? I think every gem is Morga. That's our president. Wait, they have presidents? We need some backup on our side. Okay, I'll go find someone who seems useful and is still awake. For sure is taking long. Yawn. So they're just dragging everyone in from their beds. Sorry to keep you. You're back. Did you get yellow or Nepti? Good luck, Sensei. They can't possibly win against Sensei, or they wouldn't want to beat him on purpose. When this is over, go to bed. Yes, Sensei. The end. Oh my goodness. You know what is so crazy? If they had included this in the anime, like at the beginning, which this is, and I know why they didn't, because this is just extra fluff, But if honestly, if they had included this, then my views on sensei, regardless of how they will evolve in later chapters, it would have been totally different. Just totally, I'd be like, yep, this is a dad that cares for his chaotic kids, just wants sleep, but will drag himself out of bed just so that they will go to sleep and have some kind of finality to their little silly games. That's so nice. Oh, translation notes. Okay, we'll just read this. Kongo Sensei. The reader will have noticed that the characters in this series are named after gemstones. Yep. The word Kongo literally means gold or metal hardness, and has significance in Japanese Buddhism. Okay, so actually gold. So when Phos later on gets the gold as part of them, the kintsugi thing that happens, they become a bit more like sensei, as strong as sensei almost, maybe. It is related to the Sanskrit word. Okay, so it has significance in Japanese Buddhism. It is related to the Sanskrit word Vajra, which means both diamond and thunderbolt, and represents indestructibility. Whoa, that's pretty OP. So Kongo is also a diamond as well, like the strongest of diamonds, but it's also gold. Kongo is part of the word for diamond, but is also used to refer to extremely hard substances, not limited to diamonds, similar to the English word adamant. Oh, that's why. Okay, adamant sensei. I see. Because it was weird with the gold bit, because gold is actually a really soft metal, but I guess. Okay, right. Perv. Oh. That's the bit that I was a little bit confused about. Why is Voss suddenly calling Morga perv, or whoever the other gem was? A cliche in anime and manga is that a character will blurt out white while thinking indecent thoughts. The reason for the inappropriate ruminations is that the white is what the character has just seen under Kasuga. In other words, her undergarments, as we say. In this case, Phos is accusing Morga of looking at something that was not intended for public viewing, but mostly is just being contrary. Okay, so Phos really is the perv, basically. Husk of a mollusk. The translators had Rutiel supply the punchline of this unfunny gag, but in the original Japanese, it was built into Jade's report that the shell was empty. The word for both shell and empty is kara, so the sentence was originally the kara was kara. Rutiel's response was then, because it's a kara? Okay, all right. It's really interesting learning about all these different, I guess, translation mishaps, and it's just unavoidable because one language is never fully translatable into the other. But that's so cool. All right, that's the end of volume 1. Yeah. Man, I feel like time flies so fast when reading through this manga. It's a little bit crazy. All right, some quick thoughts before I sign out. It's actually quite impressive how much the anime was able to adapt from the manga and stay faithful to it, at least in these early chapters. At the same time, I'm so glad that I did pick up the manga right from the start, as opposed to starting it from where the anime left off, because there is so much nuance, particularly in the relationships between the gems, that does get left out, and really those are such a huge part of the draw of this story. I feel like the gems' relationships are the key to all of their deepest motivations. I remember in the anime, the drama with Cinnabar and the angst that was between them and Phos lasted maybe 2 or maybe 3 episodes, and then it kind of just fell off the radar a little bit. Here I love that we get get so much more of Cinnabar's inner conflict and thoughts, not just in the dialogue. So like when Daya is kind of egging Cinnabar on about being in a romantic relationship with Phos, and Cinnabar just blows up at her. It's also in the visuals, so like the shape of Cinnabar's cave that they hide in, just accentuating that they're missing the central part of their lives almost. All the close-up shots of Cinnabar's recreation of Phos using their element Mercury, all of those little details really ramp up the stakes for Phos's mission to find Cinnabar a job. I mean, like a life purpose. And I just appreciate those touches so much. The humour surprisingly works really well too in this medium, and it doesn't just provide comic relief, it's also used really effectively to convey the other gem's utter dismissiveness of Phos. And it was really blunt in a disturbing kind of way as well, their view that Phos is not a real gem like them, and by supposedly becoming the slug, an inferior life form, as Bort so unhesitatingly said, even that is better than whatever Phos is. So I feel like that makes Phos the ultimate underdog protagonist, and I think that works really well to set up the rest of the story, because a narrative with someone that is completely shunned and looked down on, not completely by their own choice either, but still retains an impressive amount of fight and spirit and humor in them, is really one of the best types of protagonists that you could ask for. With that, I will say a good night for now. Next time we will be starting volume 2, and I really hope that for each volume they have that like little extra episode at the end, maybe even a continuation of the gaming episode that we got. I'm calling it an episode, but you know what I mean. Because despite the shortness of that section, it really changed my view on the closeness or like the family-like dynamics of our characters, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, until then, have a good, restful Christmas, and if Christmas isn't really your thing or not your favorite time of the year, I know for some people it's not for various reasons, look, just hit me up in the comments. I feel you, and we can chat away about Houseki no Kuni or whatever. Just anything but Christmas. I will see you guys all really, really soon.